You're broke, you're stressed, and you're drowning in debt. And the way the world is going, if it's anything like 2020 was, it's not going to get any better. I need to talk to you today like your parents talked to you when they wanted you to wash the dishes or clean your room. And they tried to say it in a nice way and you didn't move. But when they cursed your ass out, you got up and you did what they said to do. So this is me coming to you in that way. So do not take offense by it. But I need you to understand how serious this is if you do not get yourself in financial order. Now, what does that look like? Before I go into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Imani. I am the Healthy Finance Coach. And today I'm going to be your auntie, your grandma, someone that you looked up to, loved, and respected, who have your best interests in mind and who wants you to be the best that you can be. I am here to help you financially educate yourself, gain discipline and balance in your life so that you can live a life that you deserve. But first, you have to figure out your finances. Because if you clicked on this video, it's because you're living paycheck to paycheck. You're stressed, you don't know what to do, you don't know how you're going to pay your rent, you don't know how you're going to pay your car note, you don't know how you're going to pay your electric. And God forbid, you don't know how you're going to feed yourself or your family. It's getting serious. Fires are burning in California. People are so stressed mentally, they're running into people who are celebrating. People are blowing themselves up in cars in front of hotel buildings. This is how serious it's getting. And like I said, if it's anything like 2020, there's going to be people who may lose their jobs and don't have any savings to their names, but still have bills that they have to pay. So my question to you is, what are you doing? How are you going to rectify your situation? What are your goals for 2025 and your future? Do you want to remain stuck? Do you want to remain living paycheck to paycheck? Do you want to remain without savings in the bank, emergency savings, or just savings to do the things that you need to do for you and your family? Do you want to remain with low credit where even if you didn't have savings, you couldn't ask for a loan if you wanted to? Do you want to remain with bills and debt over your head that you're swimming in and you don't know how to get out of? You don't have to live that way. I want you to sit right now, take a second and ask yourself, how did I get into this situation? What habits was it that I was taking to place me where I am today? Do you have this mindset of money is just going to come to me? Did that stem from people giving you a lot of money when you were a kid and it was just so easily to get? Do you have this mindset of I may not live tomorrow, so I might as well enjoy what I have today? All of those things are okay. But this is where the balance comes in at, because you will most likely live tomorrow, God willing. And you will need to be able to provide for yourself and if you have a family tomorrow. Overspending is not getting you anywhere, but spending on the things that you love or absolutely have to have is okay. I want you to get into the mindset of, do I love it? When you go to the store and it's something that you enjoy looking at, or you tried it on and you enjoyed the way it made you look or the way it made you feel, those are the things that I say, go for it. If you have it, go for it. If you don't have it, then guess what? Save up for it, because that's what brings you joy. And you need to be living in this life with things that bring you joy. But if for any reason you go into that same store and you second guess whether or not it really is for you, then you don't absolutely love it. And that's the stuff that I want you to leave there. You don't need it. But the next thing I want you to try to do is that purchase that you were going to make, the amount of money that you were going to spend on that thing that you absolutely did not love, take that same money and put it in a savings account. Get in the habit of doing that. It's different It's outside of the norm, but it's going to help you, one, with how you think about things, how you think about how you need to spend. And two, it's going to help you save. Because we're always spending on things that we really don't absolutely need, but we want. And a lot of times we don't absolutely want it. We're always spending on those things. So just imagine if you took the money that you spent on something you absolutely did not want or absolutely did not need, and you put it into a savings account, how much money would grow over time? And you know my motto, always put it in a savings account that you cannot touch or you don't have easy access to touch. So it's like a set and forget. And if you're riskier, put it in an investment where it's growing compound interest. These are the mind changes that I want you to have. That's where the balance comes in at. But no one said that you had to give up the things that you love. Who wants to? I don't even think we're designed to give up what we love. But what we've gotten into the habit of doing is buying things that we don't love. We are just buying it because we see it and it might look nice. So let's get out of that. The next thing I want to talk about is debt. You're spending money. You're spending other people's money, whether it's a loan, a credit card, a family member you borrowed from, and you're not paying it back. Or you're not paying it back on time, but you're expecting money to flow to you. There's a such thing called a yin and a yang. So does that make any sense to you? You're taking, but you're not giving it back? There's something absolutely wrong with that. And I want you to get out of that mindset. Yes, in some instances, it is 100% the best to borrow. In your business, just in life general, sometimes it's 100% the best to borrow, but it's also 100% the best to pay it back, because you cannot expect money to flow to you when you're not making your obligations to pay money back. It doesn't work like that. These are the mindset changes that I need for you to change. Credit. Your credit is very important, especially if you live in the United States of America. Because let's face it, unless you have the wealth and the riches to buy things flat out, which most people don't even want you to do that anymore. If you look at a lot of these car dealerships, they're taxing on more money to cars when you're buying out of pocket. But if you're taking out loans, they're actually taking off money. It's really interesting, but it's telling me one thing, that credit is king in the United States of America. So if your credit is not up to par, you're not going to be able to get the things that you need. Whether that's a home that you want to purchase, an apartment that you want to lease or rent, a car that you want to drive, and certain things in the store. You do not want to have to go into a store, a dealership, an apartment complex, or a bank to apply for a loan, and they say to you no. That's the worst feeling ever. You know how you get that tingly feeling in your stomach because you're nervous that it's not going to be approved? Don't you want to be able to go to any place and apply and know good and with your back up and your head straight and know that you are going to get approved? How do you do that? You pay your bills on time. You make sure that your utilization is under 30%. You have a healthy mix of credit. These are all the things that you do to keep and maintain a good credit score. You do not need to have a perfect credit score, but you need to have a good one. And anything over, I would say 620, is what you would consider a good credit score. Because at least with that, you know you'll get approved. You may not get the best interest rate, but you'll get approved. Credit sometimes does come in handy when you don't have the savings to get the things that you need done. So if something breaks down on your vehicle, God forbid, and you don't have the money, but you have to get to work, you have to take your children to school, or you have to get around, you have a credit card that can help you to pay for what you need to get it fixed for, and then you pay it back. Pay it back. I know I'm preaching to you guys, and if you're still listening, kudos to you, because that means that something in you knows you need to do better. And you can do better. And you will do better. I'm not selling anything on this video. I just want you to understand that the world that we live in right now, and probably for the next 4 years, is going to be probably like it was in 2020. And we saw what happened in 2020. There were a lot of people who did not have their jobs, who started very lucrative businesses the years prior to 2017, 2018, 2019, and they were off to a great start, and then had a halt and didn't know what the world they were going to do. And if they didn't have savings, guess what? Because you can't rely on everybody, and you can't rely on the government. You know, yes, the government gave some people on unemployment or for unemployment, but if you have a business and you didn't properly file your taxes for that business, you weren't getting unemployment. So this is the stuff that I need for you to really take heed on and listen to, because it's very important to get your financial situation in order here on out. Set your financial intentions and always know that I am here to help you. If there's education that you need, I am here to help you. I have other videos on different matters, on savings, on credit. And I will be creating more videos because I believe that this is very important for people. If you look at most people in most communities, the downtrodden communities are the ones who are not financially educated, who did not make financial or good financial choices. The more affluent neighborhoods, they are more financially educated. You did not have a head start, and that's okay. You're here now, and you can learn, and you can grow, and you can glow. So these are the things that I just wanted to come on here and talk to you about. I'm looking at all of the stuff that's going on right now since January 1st, and I'm saying, whoa, we're in for it. This year just started, and we're in for it. And I cannot even imagine that if I didn't have a savings, especially trying to be an entrepreneur, what my life would be like. Because as much as the jobs are out there, a lot of those places are not hiring. They're just advertising the jobs because that's what they legally have to do, because there's someone internally that they want to give that job to. But they know they have to externally announce the job. So that's why a lot of people are having issues with getting a job. You don't want to be in that space. You don't want to be in the space of you don't know what you're going to do if something bad should happen. You don't have cash readily available. You don't even have credit if you needed it. Your bills, that's the stress that you just don't want. And I'm here to help you reduce financial stress. Like I said, if you need me, I'm here. You can always leave a comment and we can talk about this, because this is real life. And if you lived in 2020, 2021, it was probably real life for you then. But we want to make this time, my goal is to help you in any economic climate. We want to make this time the best time. You want to say to yourself, wow, I learned so much from her that what's going on now didn't even affect me. That's the goal. So thank you for listening if you made it this far. Until next time, take care.